let's understand the velocity cards. So velocity cards, let's say how the layout is going to be. So here is where we have velocity card layout. So we call it as a card layout here. So in the card layout, what we are going to do, this is a velocity card layout, and then we are going to add cards to this layout. So we are going to add bunch of cards here, 1, 2, 3, and then here we can preview how that layout is going to look like. So here we are going to define the input for this data is going to be like data source. We use data source to provide whether it could be, this could be our a velocity raptor, or there are a couple of data sources which we can provide. So this is a velocity card, this is a this is a layout, and this is the cards where here we add, and here we are going to define what are the fields that we want to show it on the layout. And also we have two options here in this card. So one is for a state, and then another is for a preview. So let's start looking into the velocity card design layout designer. So here, if you go to the, let's go here, application launcher, and then go to velocity cards. Here's a velocity cards. So even though it says velocity cards, you can see this here. It says car layout and cards. So let's create a velocity card layout. So this is a, you're going to name it as case card layout sample. So there are we have type layout and flyout. We will discuss about the flyout later. For now, let's understand the layout part. The template, you can provide different templates here. So we have to select the template. So here let's go. So we have action grid template case. Let's see 1 second. So let's select the layout card, and then canvas. We have a bunch of them. So here it says 3x. So basically what it does is we're going to, let me clear this and show that. So here we have, this is a layout. So 3x will show that one card, then that like this. So this is how it's going to look like, 1, 2, 3 in a row. And then if suppose in case if your screen is little less, then it's going to show only 2 cards. But technically, like if even the whatever the screen size is, we want to show it as 3. But in case if we are a lesser size, then we may see only 2 of them. So that's what that template is about. So we can learn more about the templates when we get into the template designer. So right now we keep it as inactive. We don't want to activate it now. And then let's select. So we have a lot of things. We have for the data source. We have SQL query. We have SOSL, and then data raptor. For our test, this one I mean training purpose. Let's see the data raptor. So data raptor, we have, I will select this one, get account access data raptor. So you can also see that um, add the input variable. So here the input here is, let's provide that ID and then params ID. I will explain you that one. So how it's coming from, where it is coming from. So here params ID. Now I have to provide the, let's see, before we go there, let's understand this data raptor, how it's look like. So let's go to the new tab. go to get access, get account cases. So that's a data raptor name which we are using right now. So here we are passing the ID, right? So this is the account ID we are passing this one. This is what we use. I want to show that to you. So here, I know, like, if you want to, you can add here. That's what, in the if you go through the data raptor exercise, then we can see that what is the parameters we are passing, and then we can execute to see the sample data. We can also do the same thing here. So here we are going to give the account ID. So let me go here and find out Acme account ID. Copy the account ID and paste it here, and then view data. So you can see this has retrieved all the account data as well as the account name, and then the case type and the case ID, case ID, as well as the case account ID. Okay. So now let's go to and then the case type. We just a little focus on the case type too. Then we have case type as account info and as case type as billing. Now let's go and add cards. So the way we can add cards is we can add the existing card, or we can create a new card. So suppose if we take a blank card, let's say we are going to start as sample case card. Okay, we'll put as one sample case, then click add. So here now we are going to we don't have to give the data source here because we already gave a data source in data raptor in a layout itself. So now here is the states. So this is a card name, and then you can give this a title what is going to appear in the card, and then we will now let's add the state so we will get more understanding. So here we are going to provide the state name as say for instance active, and then here we so card active SLDS. So this is again the template which we are selecting for the any suppose for the new case. If you want to create a for a blank card, you can keep it as open, but for the set data you can select for the active one, you can select card active SLDS. Again, this is part of the template design which we will when we go through the template designer exercise, we will understand more on that. For now, let's select the fields which we want to show it display it on the card layout. So I will select like case subject and click add, and case origin I'm interested in, and case created date. I can put that as show it as date type, and then case description we'll add that. Then account name we can add that too. So if we can move it the way we want to. So and then here the what are the actions that we want to show on that particular card. So basically the action means suppose let me select suppose if I want to do for the case, let's select the case. So what are the actions that are available for this case? So I can close a case action, or I can create a new task. Okay, let me add the new task one action, and then I can add say escalate. So if I want to escalate any case, I can do that, or I can select any of this, but it should what we are going to pass is the ID we are going to pass. So let's say close case. So here the case is the object. So what is the what do we have to pass the ID to that one. So we are going to for the case we are passing the ID, and then for the suppose if we are trying to create a new task, the parameter that is going to pass is the case ID. So which is gets when task is created, it gets associated to that particular case. So same thing with the escalate. Suppose you want to escalate any case. So what is the case you want to escalate? So that is the ID parameters that is passed to the when for the action. So with this we will understand about these actions when we learn about more about the velocity actions. So this is a plain card layout. So you can now click activate and see, you can see, and then click on the preview. So you should see the case. So this is how it is. Beautiful. So you can see that sample case is the one you're saying this here, right? So you can, suppose if you don't want to see that, you can really always, if you want to make any change, you have to deactivate it and then activate it again. So now if you go and then do, do that again, so now you clearly see that with the subject. So you can pass this. You can also put that case number on top of that so that you can see, or it is a case subject what you are seeing right now. Or you can add, so you can go to the states and you can add, if you want to really add additional fields, you can add that too, or you can move all, you can see that you can even move case description. You want to move next to the case subject, you can do that using this, how you can move the things around here. Now, if you come to these actions, so let me show you that. So if you activate it again and go to preview, so here you are going to see this new task, escalate and close case, right? So it's a the beautiful thing is, let's go to that card layout again, um, and then add additional card here, one more card, and then I'm going to add blank. So I'm going to add account info card. I can put as account info and then click add. Oh, so it's same name already exists. So, account info one. Okay. So I created this. Now let's add. I can add a filter here. So now what I can do, case type, I will put it as account info. So what that really is, suppose if you look into the view data, so here you can see this case type as account info. So same thing, I'm trying to filter. Suppose whenever this card is displayed, so I'm trying to restrict them to that particular case type. Now I'm going to add, go to states and then add state and put account info. And the template is same card active SLDS. And now here I'm going to add account number, name, and then see, like, I will put some case subject and then case origin. If I have case type, it is better to display the case type too. So I will display the case type, and then here I'm going to create the actions related to case. Then again the case ID I'm passing to actions. So I'm going to select now, say account info, maybe like pay bill. I'll just put that as an action. Now if I go activate this card and then preview it, so the account info card is going to show only the pay bill. Okay. So if I go to the states again, and then if I try to add, say, any account related, maybe review bill. Okay. So I will do that and then add that. So now if I activate it and go to preview, you can see now we're going to have two actions. So pay bill and review bill. So let's go to the sample case, the card. This is the sample case card which we initially created. I will activate this card too. So now we are going to display all the cases. These are all the cases. This is not all the, you see these are the different actions what you see. But if you go to the account info, you are going to see the different actions. So it's depending upon the case type, you can configure what are the actions you have to take so that it is easy for the user to make a decision quickly to click on that instead of showing all this and that and user deciding what action needs to do. And again, to avoid all that validations or anything like that, it is simple. Now they, okay, this is some pay bill, I want to review the bill, user can review the bill like that. So This is about cards, how the cards works on the layout side. Mm, so this you can, if so just to quick wrap up. So we have card layout, and then for the card layout we are going to select the template. What template is, how it's a template is going to look like. So here is the template. What you see, suppose you see, you're seeing only one, but if you really expand your screen, you will see the three of them in one line. And then if you can, once you activate this card, so this is where you are going to activate this card layout, and then you are going to use it in a in a how we are going to connect this layout to the templates. We will show that later. No, so not to the template, I mean to say to in the inside the application. Now, and again we have a data source. We can, in the data source, we can give multiple of them. So here we are selecting data raptor as a data source, and you provide the data raptor name. And then this is the input ID parameters, that is nothing but the account ID which we are passing. And then we have the params ID which we passed it here, and this is the account ID which we pasted. And the same way we are creating the sample card layout, and then we have um, uh, we are not filtering any of that. That means show all the active, show all, I mean show all the cases. And then we are adding the fields into the card layout, and then card layout means inside the card. And then we can select the object and provide what is the respective ID which we want to pass it to, and then what are the action items you have to take depending upon the that particular case. And the same thing, we can filter through the case ID, case type, and then depending upon the case type, we have different actions we can take based on the filter. Also, we can provide the different, we can design the card like that. Okay, thank you.